So that was a two-handed take in the line out there, and the Wainui backs are all up pressuring Petone when maybe they should have been back 10 metres. So just challenge you whether you've got a process around a two-handed take, and if you do, what is that process? So I'll be very interested also in your thinking around your line-out positioning. So there you had a attacking line-out on the 22. What may have happened if Petone had cleared that ball quickly out through their back line? I would have thought you might be doing a lot of running, and if they'd run straight to the posts, you might have been chasing a lot of backsides and potentially a long way behind. I'll challenge you around that positioning. So once again, I'd say, well, you had a lovely day. The line-outs that have been had so far have all been good. So why would you keep standing at the front where you've got a long way to run? So once again, standing at the front, I don't see any particular reason for that. Nice positioning for the try, well done. So I'd call that lazy refereeing. A referee who not bothers to follow the ball in is always at risk of getting a bad decision, and the perception looks absolutely awful. So I'd have a think about that. So if you replay that bit back again, Tim, you'll see that you looked at the sideline the entire part of that phase and never looked at the Petone back line. If you'd got in a little bit earlier, got yourself sideways on, looking up and down the paddock, you'd have been able to, not that they were offside, but potentially they could have been. So once again there, Tim, I'm saying that's very lazy refereeing. In actual fact, there's no way you could have made a decision. They're just touch judges for their own team. They're going to put their flag up anyway, and you're in no position to be able to make any decision on that. So if you'd been standing infield on that line out, Tim, you could have all just stood still and watched it fold all in front of you. But once again, you had lots of players in front. You're standing on the touchline for some reason on a really nice day. So I'll get you to have a think around all that. So boy, were you lucky there that ball was not straight, otherwise you're in big trouble. Laughing with another spectator about how much trouble you'd have been in if that hadn't been straight and that guy had kept on running to the goalposts. I think you would have been a long, long, long way behind.
Do you video games for and then you just tell them?
So that entire Wainui backline there was offside, Tim. You're tucked in flat on the other side of that ruck. Go back and replay it, which makes it very, very difficult for you to pick up those offsides. Although unbeknownst to me, maybe you did see it, but no, you got not rolling away. But I didn't know you were playing advantage. Did any of the team know that you're playing advantage? At this level, I think that's really important to have that communication.
Yeah, my partner's brother was the first America this year.
So I'm just going to watch your running line to see if you can tell whether this ball goes over a post or not. So look at that, that's curled in. Now could you make a decision, or are you just trusting the touch judges there? What if that ball hadn't actually curled round with that Wainui kicker still put his player still put his flag up? Although it would have been interesting opposition player doing that, but my point being is you're in no position to make any decision around that kick at goal. So see how far in front of play you are there, Tim, because you're going into the D line far too early, and there you end up well in front of the play. I'd be picking that 95-99% of the time you should be still on the attacking side, looking at defenders, and then only flattening out at the last moment. If you just lift your head up there, Tim, and just look down with your eyes, it'll be very easy for you to just be looking at the opposition back line at the same time. But I reckon if you just look at your head, it's tilted down, which makes it difficult for you to actually see defenders. Not that they were offside at that stage, the Petone back line, but just keep your head up and look down, and you'll give you much better vision. Time score 24-13 to Petone over Wainui Armada, Premier Reserves over in Wainui. Start of the second half. Nice width on your positioning there. I like that. It was a nice clean ball. You got yourself out. Players were able to come inside if they need you in terms of it had been coming out the back line, and 10-12 wanted to go for a run. They would have won it on the inside line of view, which would have been great. So that looked good positioning. So even on that scrum, Tim, if you look at that, if you had moved earlier and you could have been sitting right in behind the number 9 as he passed and on the move out, and you would have been just so much closer to the next breakdown phase, rather than once again doing a lot of extra running. So here, just spoke at half time about your positioning. If that goes off the back of the line out, you're in trouble, is my belief. We'll see. You probably get away with it, but another, So you're busy pointing at that Wainui centre and that, but they were clearly offside because they just took notice of you, of your arm, because you weren't actually looking at them. My belief is that you are far too flat in that position. If you were about 2 metres deeper at that ruck, it opens up your vision to the outside backs, and then it's only at that last minute as the ball is passed that you need to flatten out. So it's all about, for me, creating extra vision, and as soon as you get too flat, invariably it means that you do not pick up the outside backs. Obviously no impact in that scenario because the ball never went out the Wainui back line, but another day you'd be severely restricted in your vision and what you can see and what you can decide on. So in Wellington, when you throw your arms up in the air like that, or partly up as you did, you owe me a chocolate fish, because I don't think you'll find that signal in the law book. If you do, I'll give you a chocolate fish, but otherwise 2 hands up in the air just looks like to me is like, what the hell went on there? I've got no idea. So good getting back to that kick, well done. You're right there to make the next decision. So there the Wainui, this guy out here, Wainui guy, offside yet again, but you're not able to pick it up because you're just too flat and not being able to scan wide. So once again you got away with a line out inside the 22. That didn't go straight to the line out, didn't go straight to the goal line, but ended up okay. But it's about that one day when things aren't all slow, that you need to be there to make decisions and correct decisions. So it's about then putting yourself in better positions initially to be able to make sure you can make those vital decisions. Not quite sure why they ended up as a drop at 22. It looked like Petone were going over the line in the maul. So how did did Wainui obviously take the ball off them? I couldn't see from here. So they must have taken the ball off and pushed it down for drop at 22. I'm assuming. So once again there, I don't think your positioning was that great. So here as well, you had, I reckon 10 and number 9 from Wainui are offside yet again. You're on the D line, looking into the ruck, therefore you're not scanning. So you're putting yourself, I believe, into some very poor positions to be able to control the game. Oh, don't know. You got away with all that. Once again, you're a long way in front of where the potential action was. If that Wainui guy had been nailed, you're once again potentially in trouble.
How many years do you have to ref to do prams?
Probably
Everything.
So my preference for a referee when they have touch judges, not ARs, Tim, is that you actually follow the line of the ball in to a post so that you can make a decision on a ball curling around a post and the crossbar. And the perception is it just looks like a referee's interested as well. But more importantly, you can make those vital decisions on that one day when you have to actually make them. Because I just don't trust touch judges, because they tend to have no idea what they're doing, most of them. On to golden oldie scrums. No, the clubs have to film the Premier games.
see you didn't come down, so don't tell me I'm never with the phone.
So that's a classic one of you being too flat and the ball went round to the blind side and you had to loop around almost to get round to see the ball. If you had been 2 to 3 metres deeper for a start, and then you could have just let it go, seen where it's happening, stay where you were, and then as it came back up the open side, you could have just flattened out.
Because I asked her after that, are we on? We're on, and I go,
You're certainly locked into that front of the line-out positioning, aren't you?
every single time Leilani's got home. She's got home 90%.
Did they eat that score?
So that's at least a second chocolate fish, Yomi. No idea why you threw your arms up in the air there. So I'm going to be very interested in what you do from here. So you've put yourself into a good position for this goal kick, in my view. But where you go from here is going to be very interesting. And certainly, once again, you'd have had no idea around a ball on that first goalpost. So if you once again look at your body orientation, where your head was and where the blue back line was, and then go, did I have any idea whether they were going to be onside or not? And could I see from the position I put myself into to be able to make that decision?
Come on, Nick.
Yeah, clearly holding on. Second blue player in had all the rights.